This is part 2 of my first little book about non-duality, I Hope You Die Soon. Within the story, the period of awakening lasts for 1 year. During this time, the person reasserts itself, sometimes strongly, drops away again, and returns. For a while, there is a desert where personal pain is as intense as before, but all the old comforts and mechanisms for dealing with it have lost their meaning. A particular comfort had been the belief that pain was meaningful, necessary to my spiritual evolution. There's no gain without pain. Now, that thought simply appears ridiculous. I am beginning to understand that this awakening is ruthless, stripping away every belief that I have ever held and clung on to. Now there are no life rafts left, not even a piece of driftwood. It is sometimes said that this ruins your life. Well, it ruins what you thought was your life. And there is a saying I remember at this point. Why do you want liberation? How do you know you'd like it? My God, things have got worse, not better. For previously, there was hope. Liberation, seeing I am everything. Within the story, a year after awakening, I am standing in a shop in an ordinary country town. Suddenly, but with great gentleness, the ordinary is displaced by the extraordinary. The person again disappears completely, and now it is seen clearly that awareness is everywhere and everything. The localized sense of self is revealed to be just an appearance. There is no location, no here or there. There is only oneness appearing as everything, and this is what I really am. I am the shop, the people, the counter, the walls, and the space in which everything appears. When the self disappears, and awareness is seen as everything, then this is seen for what it is, a wonderful hologram sustained by love. At a certain time as a child, awareness appears to coagulate into a discrete space, becoming solid and separate from everything else. This is what creates the sense of me, with its hopes and fears and loves and burdensome responsibilities. The thoughts and feelings and sensory phenomena, which really simply arise in awareness, are now owned by someone, are now felt to belong to me. And so the drama of being a person starts. There is no locality to awareness other than everywhere. There is only liberation. But in liberation, the sense that I am not liberated can and does arise. It manifests as the sense of separation, of being located over here rather than over there, separate from all other people and things. It brings fear, longing, and hope, and it is highly addictive. It cannot see through itself, and it may simply continue for 70 or 80 years until it ends at death. Or it may end sooner, anywhere, at any time. Liberation is freedom from the burden of being a person who apparently has to make choices and decisions. Choices and decisions which have consequences. What a wonderful relief it is to see that there is no choice, no person, no separation. Nothing you have ever done has ever led to anything, because you have never done anything. No one has ever done anything, although it appears that things have been done. Isn't it wonderful that you have never made a choice in your life? There is nothing to regret, nothing to feel guilty about. Nothing could ever have been any different. Nothing could ever have been any other way. Isn't that a relief? Nothing matters. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing that has to be done. There is no meaning and no morality. There is no help and no hope. You can let it all go. You can release all the tension. You can begin to enjoy the wonder of hopelessness and the gift of meaninglessness. You can begin to enjoy your complete helplessness. In liberation, it is seen that nothing has any meaning. It is simply what it is. The story does not stop. The story continues. But now it is seen that it is just a story. All the passions of your apparent life are just stuff happening. The conflicts, the loves, the struggles for control and power, the victories and defeats are simply phenomena arising in oneness and falling away again with no meaning at all. Nothing has any more significance than anything else, or could ever be greater or lesser. The Trojan War and a glass of beer are equal, except, of course, to the mind. You cannot earn liberation. I have not earned liberation. No one will ever earn liberation. You cannot become good enough, or work hard enough, or be sincere enough to deserve it. Liberation has not happened to me, and it will not happen to you. Yet there is liberation. There is only ever liberation. Perfection is already here. What you are is already divine. Searching will not get you anywhere, but there is nothing wrong with searching. In this apparent process, it may be heard that searching is meaningless, but searching cannot be given up until it stops. then it is over, and it is seen that what you were searching for has always been with you. In fact, it has always been what you are. But to suggest that you give up searching in order to find is pointless. It does not matter whether you get drunk, meditate, read the paper, sit with the guru, or go to the races. None of these will make liberation any more or any less likely. Searching or not searching, meditating or not meditating, misses the point, for there is no one who can choose to do any of these things. If meditation happens, it happens, and it will go on happening until it does not. It is the same for getting drunk. You may as well give up the belief that you can choose anything, except that you cannot do that either, until it happens. Liberation is what is left when the self is gone. But the self is simply liberation arising as the self. Liberation is what is happening while you search for liberation. Inside, you already know this. Being awake and being asleep are the same, unless you are asleep. When liberation is seen, it is known that being awake in liberation is no different from being asleep. They are both seen simply as oneness, manifesting as sleep or awakeness. In liberation, all the mystification of enlightenment is stripped away, and its absolute ordinariness is revealed. Mountains are seen simply as mountains. But to the seeker who is still asleep, and in their sleep is searching restlessly for an end to the sense of separation, there appears to be a chasm between that state and liberation. Liberation seems like a marvellous prize to be attained, promising blissful feelings, freedom from pain and suffering, an end to all problems, perhaps magical powers, and of course the jealous admiration of your friends. This is why the search for liberation can be so desperate, and the question, will I get it, so powerful? All that prevents the seeing of liberation is the thought, I am not liberated. So some say that what you must do to see liberation is to drop this thought. But there is no one who can choose to do this. The thought that this is not liberation, which is the same as the thought I am separate or I am searching, continues until it drops away. The apparent self can do nothing to discover that it is itself an illusion. An appearance cannot discover reality. Liberation is seen either while the body-mind is still functioning or at the death of the body-mind. And it does not matter which, except in the story. At death, there is only liberation. It is just more chic to see liberation when you are alive. In liberation, it is seen that there never was anything to seek. What you seek has always been with you. What you are has always been what you are. When this is seen, all searching ends. I hope you die soon. Once upon a time, I was a busy seeker, meditating sincerely, being careful with my karma, receiving Shaktipat, having my chakras opened and cleansed by blessed gurus, thinking I was going somewhere. Then catastrophe struck. I met Tony Parsons, and that was the end of what I thought had been my life. Tony, who hugged me at the end of one of his meetings and said to me, I hope you die soon. Tony, to whom I feel the most profound gratitude, even though there is no one. There is no more appropriate way to end this. Let me simply pass on the blessing I was given and say to you, I hope you die soon.